Whether it's down to hormonal imbalances, skin sensitivity, or genetics, how do you deal with the redness in your skin? Now, it's no secret that I suffer with rosacea. I mean, seriously, it's been taunting me since I was around about 24, 25 years old. And trust me, I feel you, it's no fun to deal with. Now, there are days when my skin is playing ball and I look in the mirror and I think, yes, I love what I'm looking at. And then there are days when I've got to go out, I just want to put a paper bag over my head. Yes, trolls, I know what you're thinking. Now, understanding the root cause of the redness is always going to be the first step that you need to take when it comes to minimizing and resolving it. But when it comes to minimizing the appearance of this gammony glow, there are a few things that I do at home that really help. The first thing that I do is I try to avoid any harsh ingredients in my skincare, but obviously when it comes to skin renewal, targeting those fine lines and wrinkles and taking on Father Time, unfortunately I can't eliminate all of those harsh ingredients, but I do try to be a bit more mindful where I can. And the redness that I have in my skin is partly down to genetics and partly down to damage to my skin, which occurred with the onset of my adult cystic acne. Now, I've got my adult cystic acne well and truly under control now. The major player in that one for me was down to hormones. The genetic side, a little bit more difficult to treat. I mean, they say avoid spicy food. Not gonna happen. They say avoid the sun. I already do that. I'm pretty much a vampire now. But when I do go out, I use a factor 50 and I try to avoid scratching or scraping at my skin with any of my tools or devices. Again, not always 100% avoidable, especially if I'm microneedling or if I'm doing a resurfacing treatment. I guess it's a little bit of give and take and balancing things up. So what treatment do I personally do to take care of the redness in my skin? It's a really simple one. And before the usual suspects come along and accuse us of being an ad, this isn't a sponsored video. And as part of this routine, I'm not using one, but I'm using two of the Medicube Booster Pros. And I'm going to be using these over the top of the Medicube Relaxing Ringer Mask. But if you've got sensitive skin, you suffer from redness, and you're looking at ways to calm it all down, this is something that I wholeheartedly recommend you give a try. So this sheet mask has been designed for sensitive, irritated, and red skin. It hydrates, it soothes, and it's suitable for those with oily or combination skin, which is me. Now inside this mask, you've got tea tree extract, which helps to soothe irritated skin and it tightens up those pores. There's Centella asiatica, which again helps to soothe sensitive and irritated skin and prevents dryness. And there's tea tree leaf oil, which is also going to help to soothe sensitive skin. Now, obviously, before you go using this to get maximum benefits, you're going to want to make sure that your skin is nice and clean. It's free from any makeup, oils, grime, dirt, anything like that. Now, because my skin is sensitive and I do suffer with redness pretty much for most of the week, I like to use really targeted skincare that's been designed to use for these kind of issues. Now, when it comes to cleansing my skin, I use the Symphonic MD. This is a gluconic acid and coconut PPL cleanser, and this targets dull and rough skin, uneven skin tone and texture, and clogged pores. Now, this was given to me by the gorgeous Cassandra Bankson when I was in New York. She literally looked at my skin and said that this one would work wonders, and boy was she right. It really does cleanse my skin perfectly. It nourishes my skin, it leaves it feeling soothed and hydrated. So if you find yourself suffering with clogged pores, redness, uneven skin tone, rough skin, or weird texture, Symphonic MD is the perfect cleanser to kickstart your day with. Now, me being me, I did cleanse my skin just before I got on the camera because I'm just that good, which means that I can get on with the treatment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick air shot treatment across my face. This is the electroporation treatment. Basically, it's thousands and thousands of tiny little electric microneedles. They open up micro channels within the skin. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mask straight on after this, and I'm going to use these on booster mode. So turn them on. Booster mode. Level 1. Wow, it's in stereo. And I want this in air shot mode. Air shot mode. Level 5. And I know it's a little bit extra having two devices, but I'm a busy guy and I already spend enough time on my skin. So anything that's going to help speed up my treatments, I'm down for that. Now, for you guys who have been with me for a while and you kind of know what I already do, you're going to know that I absolutely love doing microneedling. Now, I know that not everyone is a fan of at-home microneedling. And before I went through all of my training and everything, I would have kind of been, you know, microneedling at home, where's the harm? I do kind of get now why some of the skincare professionals and online doctors and that are completely against it. 2 minutes past. Woohoo, 2 minutes past. For me, you know, if you're doing cosmetic microneedling at home, I'm always going to be a fan and an advocate of that one. Medical microneedling, maybe not so much, because the risk of actually pushing bacteria or just things that you don't want pushed beneath the skin and into your bloodstream increases massively when you're doing medical microneedling. But if you're not a fan of microneedling or the thought of running tiny needles across your face terrifies you, then the airshot mode on the Medicube Booster Pro is the perfect alternative. Now with the airshot mode, a question I get a lot of the time is, as a guy, can you use this over a beard and is it going to burn your eyebrows off? Well, I don't really have a beard, I do have some stubble here. While I can smell a little bit of hair singiness going on, it's definitely not getting rid of the stubble. With my eyebrows, well, let's do a test right now. I've got the airshot mode running on both of these. Let's see if it's going to burn my eyebrows off. I mean, they're still there, right? Yeah. So no, it's not going to burn your eyebrows off. What it does is it gets rid of the peach fuzz hair, which are those little tiny, almost invisible hairs. They're microscopic normally. It's going to get rid of those so you don't have to dermaplane or anything like that. Although dermaplaning is pretty amazing for the face. But yeah, if you're worried about this burning off your facial hair or your eyebrows, worry no more. You've just seen it's not going to. Woohoo. Complete. So the session's complete. So time to open the mask. Now once I've got this mask on, I do like to leave it on for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Now there's about a teaspoon of liquid left in this packet. I like to save that for the end and I use that on my neck, just to make sure that my neck is kind of getting the same kind of attention, because I feel like that me and a lot of other people are really guilty of just focusing on the face only and not really worrying about the neck too much. So we're going to power these back on again and we're going into booster mode level 5.
Booster mode, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5.
It helps to push products into the skin by up to 400% more than if you was using your fingertips. Which basically means that you're going to get so much more out of your topical skincare than just using your fingertips alone. It also just feels amazing and also boosts that microcirculation, so you're kind of making sure that your skin is getting lots of oxygen delivery, detoxing and all of that jazz. Feels really strange when you do it on the forehead, like you can feel it hitting those nerves and like the little tiny tingly electric shocks running through the top of the scalp. It doesn't hurt at all, it just feels really bizarre. So now I've got the booster mode out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do the Derma shot, which is the EMS. Now I do EMS first because EMS depletes ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, in the skin. Microcurrent replenishes the levels of ATP, so it kind of makes sense to do EMS first followed by microcurrent. And then what this one is doing is this is working the muscles at a deeper level. Derma shot is EMS, or electric muscle stimulation, which is basically what they use in TENS machines to trigger the muscle. So little electric signals firing through the skin into the muscles and trick the muscle into a contraction. Now the contractions that this does is literally thousands per minute, which means you're giving your face a really good workout from within. The muscles that support the overlying skin are kind of getting toned. They're firming up, they're going to build in volume as well. All things that are going to help boost that youth. Okay, microcurrent mode.
Microcurrent mode, level 1.
I'm going to up the level to 5.
Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5.
So microcurrent works really well on those more superficial surface level muscles found within the skin. So these are the little tiny muscles that help raise the hairs when you get cold or you're shocked. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to help to tighten up the facial skin. It also really helps to boost circulation, obviously through the current itself and through the action of massaging the skin with the devices. And as I mentioned earlier, microcurrent helps the body produce more ATP, which basically helps the cells communicate with each other better, which leads to improved recovery, collagen regeneration and all of that jazz. Now, if you're a bit of an old scarecrow like me, then the eye lines are going to be maybe slightly a bit of an issue for you. I know they are for me. It's a constant uphill battle, but it's a battle that I'm prepared to fight until they put me in the ground. Now, I could use the Booster Pro to reach in the eye area because it has got this really beautiful teardrop shaped design, which allows you to get right up under the corners. But it's a bit cumbersome. I don't feel like I can reach around the upper eyelid area with ease. but that's really not a problem because, let me grab it 1 second, because in here I've got the deep shot. And this has been specifically designed to take care around the eyes, around the upper eyelids, lower eyelids, crow's feet, doing your nasolabial folds, around the lips. Basically all of those hard to reach and really super sensitive areas.
Booster mode.
I want it in booster mode.
Level 5.
Level 5. I'm just going to start with the nasolabial area. I'm not sure if it's a smaller round tip on this, but the treatment itself, the frequency feels a lot more intense. It's definitely more concentrated to this area, which, yes please, thank you, that's what I need. Under the eyes, so obviously the mask doesn't go all the way up onto the eye skin, so I can just take some of this serum from the top and slowly work it up onto the lid. Thanks. And then just bring it around onto the upper lid. Again, working the serum from the mask up onto the skin of the eye. Around the crow's feet. And then serum from the mask up onto the upper lid.
2 minutes past.
Thank you. In the corners of the mouth at the oral connoisseurs. And I'm done. And that's pretty much it. Now, if I was doing it with just one of these, this would take me maybe around about 30 to 40 minutes to do this treatment because I really like to do it, giving each area a good sort of like 5-10 minutes. So each side of the face would normally take me around about 20 minutes to run through all of the treatments. Using 2 of these half the time. I swear, I'm such a genius. Okay, so just gonna give it one last press it into the skin, bring down any excess from the mask onto the neck. Now, as you can see, my skin is looking pretty nice right now. This is going to carry on working its magic overnight while I sleep. Now, I'm not quite ready to get myself to bed yet because it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And although I'm old, I'm going to resist the urge. But what I would normally do to help maximize the benefits from this mask, if I'm using it before I go to bed, I'll use a collagen night wrapping mask, which basically is going to lock this serum in. And it's going to make sure my skin soaks it up beautifully. It's going to prevent it from evaporating away. Really just help maximize those results. But my usually irritated and pig-like face is feeling kind of soothed right now. Obviously, these help massively with product penetration. It also really does seem to help with my rosacea. And literally over the last 3 months, I don't think there's been a single day where I haven't used the Booster Pro on my face. Yes, it's true. I make a lot of content using the Booster Pro. But it's not because of anything underhand. It's literally because it's my favorite. It's become my ride or die. And I have 2 of these because I was so paranoid that one would break that I would be without one that I thought, there's the Air, there's the Spare. But me being me, I couldn't resist using them both at once. Best time-saving hack ever. So now I've got all of that out of the way. The last step of my routine is to use some of the UBeauty Skin Resurfacing Serum. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this yet, I'm in the process of making a video about this brand specifically. Now, I love my Medicube products and you would have to prize them from my cold dead hands. But this resurfacing compound from UBeauty is next level. It's science-based skincare, it's intelligent skincare, and it's clean skincare. 3 things that I am obsessed with. So if you want to learn more about this, see my results as I progress using this over 28 days, then you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed to my channel. That way, you're not going to miss out. And if you're not subscribed and you don't see that content, well, boo-hoo. I told you to subscribe and you chose to ignore me, so ha. So anyway, guys, this is my skin immediately after using the Medicube Relaxing Ringer Mask. I wish you could feel how nice my skin feels right now. And yeah, it's really helped to control the redness, minimize my rosacea flare-ups, and just kept my skin looking gorgeous. But yeah, if you've got any questions about redness in the skin, about my routines, about the treatments that I do, or you're just feeling nosy and want to know a bit more about me, the comments are open, so feel free to post away. If you've made it this far and you're still with me in the video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, if you haven't hit like and subscribe, help make an old man's day super happy by doing that. And I'm gonna love you forever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So links for everything that I've used in this video are down in the description box below. As always, I hope your day is as beautiful as you are. I hope you have the best week ever, and I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. So till then, TJ over and out.